So I'm first going to give you some background about myself, just so you know my biases and the company, and then talk about cognitive workload sensing, why we care. I'm going to talk about 4 different applications today. Then I'll give you more information about the exact methods we use to approach these types of projects, and then conclusion. I also tend to talk very quickly, so if I end up doing that, just tell me to slow down. It's fine if I stop being understandable. So I got a bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor in philosophy, so I came from a very philosophical background. And then my final year in undergraduate, I found this book. And in this book, I read a story of a man who was working on the railroad back in the 1800s. They were drilling out a hill, and so they would dig a hole, put gunpowder in the hole, cover it up, and hit it with a metal rod. And they were doing this one day, and he hit it with the metal rod before his workers had covered it with dirt, and the metal rod went right through his eye socket and out the other side of his brain. And he never lost consciousness, but his personality changed fundamentally. So he went from very responsible foreman, good with money, respectable guy, to he ended up working in the circus. He was irresponsible, spent all his money, gambled. Women couldn't be around him because he swore so much. So that got me thinking, everything about us, the person we think that you are, if you're good or bad or going to heaven or hell or whatever you believe, is rooted in the brain. So that got me very interested in studying the brain. I went to Brandeis University and got a PhD looking in rodent visual cortex, doing molecular biology, and then did a postdoc and an intro faculty position at McLean Hospital and Harvard Medical School. If you've ever heard of The Girl Interrupted, that's where it's set in the tunnels there. So I decided to leave academia and was looking for something that was a good balance between academics and industry, and I found Charles River Analytics. So we have all sorts of types of degrees. It's primarily a software engineering company. So 4 years ago, they started bringing people in like me. We do mostly Department of Defense government work, and suddenly the government decided that they cared about the soldier as well as the soldier's equipment. So they wanted to study things like how well are people trained, cognitive states while people are trying to do their jobs. So they started hiring people like me. Now there are, I think, 6 of us in 150. So I deal a lot with engineers, software engineers, computer scientists. But we're a nice balance between academia and industry. We have 4 different divisions, so we each sort of specialize on something, but my division ranges everything. So the top one there, sensor processing and networking, they build lots of robots and sensors. So the top picture is a robot learning who to follow in the field. So he's carrying equipment or radios or something, and he has to follow only the leader, not anybody else who might get in the way. The next division does